As one of Marvel's most popular characters, Spider-Man's had an overwhelming number of alternate universe counterparts, and a whole bunch of them are popping up in Across the Spider-Verse. So this week, we're taking a look at a few. Oscar Isaac is reprising his role as Miguel O'Hara, having debuted in the post-credit scene of the last Spider-Verse movie. Miguel was better known as Spider-Man 2099, hailing from a dystopian alternate future, aren't they all, where the megacorporation Alchemax holds the populace in its ruthless sway. An employee of Alchemax, Miguel tried to leave the company after a crisis of conscience, only to be blackmailed by having an addictive genetic drug introduced to his system, and he gained spider powers in a sabotaged attempt to restore his DNA back to its previous state. Spider-Man 2099 doesn't have a spider sense or wall-crawling powers, technically, but he does have organic webbing, much better hearing and vision than regular Spider-Man, and talents for climbing. Also, he's venomous. We also know Daniel Kaluuya will be voicing Spider-Punk, an alternate version of Hobie Brown, whose mainline counterpart was the former Spider-Man foe turned friend, the Prowler. Spider-Punk hails from a timeline where Norman Osborn was president, which involved a lot of toxic waste dumping. He's a relatively new character, having debuted in 2014 as part of the original Spider-Verse event, but in addition to the usual bevy of spider powers, he's got an electric guitar, and he's not afraid to bash someone over the head with it. Across the Spider-Verse will also see the cinematic debut of Pavitra Prabhakar, aka Spider-Man India, voiced by Karan Soni. Unlike many of the other spiders, his powers are explicitly mystical in nature, as he received them from a yogi. He had a limited series back in the mid-2000s, only to come back as a pretty prominent player in Spider-Verse, and he kept that momentum going as a main character in the Secret Wars follow-up. He also joined a team of Spider-themed heroes known as the Web Warriors in the aftermath, consisting of himself, Spider-Gwen, Spider-Man Noir, Spider-UK, Spider-Ham, and Spider-Girl. Not Mayday, another one named Anya Corazon. Obviously, there's a lot more Spider-Men and women showing up in Across the Spider-Verse, including ones from manga, video games, and TV series. But since this show is called Poorly Explained Comics and not Poorly Explained Comics Adjacent Media, we're not going to delve into those and call it a day here. Next week, I don't actually know. Depends on what happens in Across the Spider-Verse, I guess.